This is Chestnut. She's a sad gecko, but they're most commonly known as mourning geckos. She was a gift to me from a friend of mine. I've had her for almost half a year until she sadly passed away from impaction. That was a few months ago, and now her tank's just been sitting here collecting dust. Today I plan to repurpose it into something greater. First, I'm going to be taking out all the sticks and twigs that I decide to use for later. Now that that's done, I'm going to give it a good rinse to get all the dirt out of the tank. And then dry it off. Once that's done, I'm going to be figuring out how I'm going to be doing the background. I wanted to do something with this tree root I found at my local park, but I couldn't figure out anything for it. Once everything was in place, it was time to hold it all in with spray foam. Now I'm going to be letting the foam dry overnight. It's the next day and this is what the background looks like so far. It looks a little ugly now, but wait until I start carving it and it's going to look a lot better. I also bought this light for the plants that I'll be adding later on. This is the finished product and I really liked how it turned out, but just wait until we start adding the silicone. Once the silicone is fully applied, it's time to add the substrate. Make sure your substrate is fully dry, otherwise it will not stick. Now that that's done, we're gonna let it dry overnight. It's the next day and here's what we have so far. I really liked how it turned out. I also ended up adding some moss to the wood so that will grow out. And I also ended up adding a drainage layer. This will allow water to pass through the soil without drowning the vivarium. Now that that's done, it's time to add the substrate. I'm using a blend of moss, eco earth, and cocoa fiber. This will help the vivarium maintain moisture while helping the plants grow. Now that that's done, it's time for my favorite part, adding the decor. This will help the geckos thrive in their new environment. I ended up having to cut this piece of wood down so that it better fit in the vivarium. For the plants, I decided to use some spider plants along with some pothos. Sure if I want to have it like this because it might be a little too close to the light. I don't want to mess it up or like burn the plant. I think it's okay. Yeah. Near the end of it, I couldn't seem to figure out what I wanted to do with this spider plant, so I guess I'll just leave it for another project. And as you can see here, I'm adding in some leaf litter that I gathered from my local park. This leaf litter will serve as a hiding spot for the geckos, while also being food for the isopods. This is the finished product, and I'm really amazed on how well it looks. Now I think it's time I showed all of you what's living inside of here. This is a mourning gecko. Well, actually 2 mourning geckos. And they are both the offspring of chestnut. Although the vivarium is really nice, I would like to expand it sometime in the future. To follow along with me, please subscribe to my YouTube and my Patreon. Thank you for watching.